Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, in this debate today. Our motion today is this House will arrange students in classroom based on their intelligence and academic performance rather than on their age. Said government solve this problem. What is our definition in this debate today? First, definition of students. What is students? It means someone that are in elementary school, junior high school, or senior high school. It means they are still being in the learning in the school. They are not in the university, they are not in another institution. And the second thing is, what is actually the meaning of intelligence and academic performance? Well, there are two things that are related to each other. It is about how smart, how good, and how expert someone at something. Intelligent students, it means usually has special ability to apply a specific knowledge, and they expert at it and they love it. And the third thing is, the meaning of arranged word in this motion today. It means together to put students in one classroom that based on their intelligence and academic performance. Our definition is clear. What we are talking about in this debate is for all the countries. It is not about Indonesia only, it is not about Europe country, it is not about specific countries, it is about all countries. And the status quo or the facts is there are several countries that already apply this arrangement method, and I will elaborate that in my argument. There are two burdens in this debate that I have to prove in our motion, in our substance speech today. First is to prove that this arrangement of students is more effective in every way, and it is a win-win solution for the teacher and student also. And I have to prove that arrange students but on their age is not guarantee. Cannot guarantee a student can be more developed. It cannot guarantee. So that's the first burden. And the second burden is to prove that the old-fashioned arrangement, I mean the arrangement that arrange students based on their age, is useless enough for this era, and it can't be applied anymore in millennial era. So I'm gonna bring you three arguments to solve this kind of problem about how this motion should be proposed. Okay, my argument first is how education works for the students, and the second argument is to getting win-win solution for this kind of thing. And third, how it affects a country's development. And my main argument is about age. Okay, going to my main argument. Okay, my main argument is age doesn't tell you or doesn't tell us that someone is intelligent. No, if there is someone that is very old, and we just cannot say they are intelligent. No, we cannot say like that. But we see that by seeing their skill, by seeing their experience, and we cannot justify someone by their age. There are many kids that are more mature about thinking something rather than old men, and that's often happen in our world. So age doesn't mean or doesn't determine about maturity of someone. So if we put that in our educational system, it will be not great, and maybe it will be many questions about that. How about the mentality of the student itself? If they are socialized with many old men, they are not prepared for that. Their mental is not prepared for that. But I said before, it is about how the teachers will be responsible for these things. The teacher will control this kind of thing, the mentality problem of the student itself. They still can socialize with their age, but in education, in the classroom, they are competing with the same intelligence and the same academic performance. So that's why if we arrange a classroom based on their age, it is not effective for educational purpose, that is for developing our skill and our ability to do something. Going to my second argument, how education works for students. education, the word education is very wide and general. So I just can tell you about how we can develop our potential and skill. It is the real education. The real education means that we can prove and we can show our potential to many people. We can make our skill be useful later on for the sake of many people. We can do our living by our skill like that. So it is education, to educate students to become themselves, not to become someone else. And the second thing is education. Education focus on the mentality of the students, but there are many cases in our educational system how they behave and how they survive. The student tend to directly obey the teacher's order, but the teacher's orders is not always true. Maybe some teachers will force their student to do so, and it is not good. And it is very clear that why we only choose one major if we want to go to the university. So it is useless, right? If we learn many things at junior high school, elementary high school, and senior high school, but at the end of the day, we only choose one major. So what for? It is useless, I think. But there will be many questions, like, it is still useful for us. Yes, I agree, it is still useful for us. But I think we don't have to do that for a long time, maybe until elementary school only for that. And for the senior high school, we focus on one thing, that is one classroom that based on intelligence and academic performance. The third argument is teachers. Teachers is someone that are responsible for educating their students so they can maximize their job. If the classroom is based on intelligence and academic performance, the teachers can maximize their job, not only getting paid of their job, they also getting satisfied with their class, because in their class, they have one vision, one mission, and one passion. Example, they all like math, they all like physics, they all like doing yoga, and they are like doing gym, maybe like that. And so it is very win-win solution for the teacher and for the students. There will not be under pressure students if like that. And the second, students cannot master all of lesson. I said before, student cannot master all of lesson. As teacher cannot master all of the lesson the same as student. Thank you. I close my case.